Hey guys, so this is going to be a bit of a different video than obviously what you're used to on my channel. For those of you who are newer here, I primarily do Let's Plays and have been doing Let's Plays for the past 6 years. I know it's kind of sad, even though I have like maybe only 500 subscribers at the time of this posting. It's whatever, you know? It's been a hobby, it's never been a career. I'm kind of branching out at this point because in the nearly 500 videos I've made, the channel's never really taken off, so I kind of want to try something different. And when I got started on YouTube, I got started with like tech reviews and wanting to do tech reviews or tutorials on computers and stuff like that back when I was 13 or whatever. So that said, I'm branching out. I'm trying something different with this video. So today we're going to talk about the PS4 in 2022. So the PS4 is, I got some notes here, so don't mind that. It's Sony's previous gen console. Obviously, it's almost a decade old. So we're just going to talk about, like, should you buy a PS4 in 2022 or should you get a PS5 when the PS5 has been out for a while and it's considerably more money? So there's that aspect to it as well. I personally have a PS4. I bought it like in late 2019 during a Black Friday sale for like $200. It's got 1 terabyte. It came with a bundle with like God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, and The Last of Us Part 2. So quite a steal at the time before the PS5 had even come out to get $200 for a PS4. It's pretty great. We're gonna start this video off with a bit of a performance test, like a speed test, just to see how quick the actual system is and in comparison with things these days. I don't have anything to compare this to unless you guys want to see it compared to my Switch, but that is apples and oranges. So this video is more of a comparison to the PS5 and whether you should actually spend the extra money to get a PS5 or if it's worth just using a PS4 for whatever you're going to be using it for. I'll share what I use it for, why I think it's not worth spending extra for the PS5, I should say. You guys can kind of dictate, what you want to do with that information. So starting off, yeah, obviously restarting the PS4. I went ahead and did that from the menu. I did not obviously hold the power button because, reasons. That's an awkward moment. I was not counting on that to happen, but I guess it kind of makes sense. Hopefully the PS4 turns on sooner so that we don't have to be here awkwardly for as long. That is my nice Roku TV skin that I got. It's like space themed. It's really cool. Highly suggest it. I don't remember what it's called, but that's okay. Back to the awkward. Okay, now the PS4 is turning on. I might actually speed this all up because it's gonna take a decent amount of time. And now we get the health and safety warning. And there we are. So we're at the menu. I was not counting, but I will put a timer in the editing to see so that you guys can get an actual number of how long that took to reboot and everything. So, it's not anything impressive. I'm going to compare this to my PC. So my PC, because this is what I primarily use for gaming, and I have like a 3070. It's got an i9 10th gen. The whole 9, it's pretty insane when it compared to that. So this thing reboots in like a matter of seconds. Obviously the PS4 is a lot slower than that, but the PS4 is a console. It was $200 as opposed to a lot more than $200 for my PC. So after the PS4 was like booted up and everything, oh my god, I shouldn't say like booted up because as you can see, it's booted up. It's pretty responsive. There have been times in the past, I think I might have had it bogged down. I don't exactly know what was up with it, if they released a software update since then that actually fixed this issue. But in the past, it was pretty slow and laggy at some times just in the overall UI, but lately it seems to be doing great. I have zero complaints with it. It's fast, it's responsive, so no problems there. I primarily used this PS4 for a few years for I didn't have a smart TV until recently. So I used it for, streaming. I used it for Netflix, which is streaming, Disney Plus, all that stuff. It worked great for that. If you don't have a smart TV, that's another plus for the PS4, which the PS5 does as well, but you still get those options with the PS4 just in case you thought it was solely on the PS5. So, and then obviously with gaming, it's still it keeps up pretty well. Full disclosure, the only reason I was ever motivated to get a PS4 in the first place is because of the Spider-Man PS4 game that came out in 2018. I am a huge Spider-Man fan and I loved the crud out of Spider-Man 2 on the PS2 years ago growing up. So this game has just been amazing. I'm pretty sure I beat it in like a week. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. I actually played it a second time and I'm debating whether or not playing it a third time. Interesting take here though. I find as I'm growing older, my whole attitude towards gaming has kind of changed. In that when I get home from a long day of work, I am more likely, I find it more relaxing to actually sit on the couch or sit on my bed or whatever and have a console gaming experience that's on the TV, as opposed to, like, you know, sitting in a chair and that sort of gaming on my PC. So that's something I've been realizing lately, and I the other day just started picking up the PS4 again, and I'm like, wow, I actually find this infinitely more relaxing than my PC, because my PC I can only play games for like maybe 20-30 minutes at a time before I really get bored. But you know, the console has been great. It's been fun. I just find a block of time where I can really relax and enjoy the experience, and it's an all-around good time. Moving into the noise the system actually makes. Just before I took this, please ignore the cobwebs and the dust on my PC. I am not great about dusting anything, but that aside, this thing is pretty quiet. It's like, depending on what you're doing. So if you actually use a game that is disc driven, then obviously, you know, it stays cool, as my hand is doing and my thumbs up are telling you. But it stays pretty quiet. And if you have a game that's on a disc, you're going to hear that spin up a little bit, but nothing insanely loud. So no complaints there with that. And even as you're, you know, playing WWE and beating the crap out of other people, virtually, not in real life, that would not be okay. It still stays pretty quiet, and you know, it's runs smooth. I got no lag, no issues with that. It's an enjoyable experience. It gets the job done, and it looks pretty decent while doing so. So there is that aspect. And then looking at the actual back of the system, obviously you have all your plugs. You got some USB ports, HDMI, Ethernet if you want to do that. Honestly, don't know what that's for. Not going to research it, but there's plenty of ventilation. Stays cool. Thumbs up. Poor camera work. We got to fire that guy. Now I want to go into a little bit of game selection and what that looks like. So for the time being, for the next couple years, I'm not... Actually, let me look this up. I don't want to spread this information when it's not true. Okay, so according to gamingbolt.com, posted by Shubhankar Parijat. I butchered that name, but that's okay. So Sony is going to continue releasing PlayStation 4 games until 2023. That is per this analyst's prediction. So I don't know if that's actually confirmed by Sony, but that is obviously next year. So, you know, for the time being, $200, go ahead and pick yourself up a PS4. And if your goal is to just relax, hang out, have a game every now and then to play, I would say this is the system for you over a PS5, because a PS5 is obviously infinitely more expensive. You're gonna have that same sort of experience, I'm assuming, only playing it a couple times a week maybe, just kind of relaxing casually, because that's what console is usually for, is casual gaming. Usually the hardcore gamers go PC, they go the PC route. That's what I was doing for a while. I'm kind of stepping away from that and going into the console route, because it's a lot more chill, it's a lot more relaxed. So I would definitely, in terms of asking whether or not to get a PS5 or a PS4, I would say for now, if your goal is to just, you know, have a chill time, you just want something to do, something to not necessarily distract you, but something that's entertaining, to have some games, you can't go wrong with the PS4, even in 2022. Just pick yourself up a couple $100 and, you know, get a game or two and you're set. There's also a lot of like digital sales on the PlayStation Store. So you're going to find a lot of games that are on sale almost all the time. So the selection, though it is going to be narrowing soon as they're coming out with next gen games, the selection is still enormous for PS4 games, and it's going to continue to be, because they're still going to have all of those older games, you know, a few years from now. They're always going to have the current selection available for the PS4. So unless you really want like top of the line, you know, what's coming out 6 months from now, or even a year from now, or even currently, I guess, because I've heard of some games that are, you know, coming out, but they're not on the PS4 because they're next gen or whatever. I would say stick with the PS4. So that's my 2 cents on it. I like my PS4. I'm gonna keep using it, and yeah. So I hope that answers your question, and that's all I got. So if you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching the video. I appreciate it. Make sure to leave a like and leave a comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts on the video are. And for those of you who are already subscribed to me from my older content, let me know what you thought about the new content. I'm gonna keep trying this a little bit, I think, for a few different things, and we'll see how these videos do. And I don't know, I haven't decided if they do well, if I'm gonna make a new channel solely for this stuff or if I'm going to keep doing it on this channel. Honestly, I have no idea yet. So just stay tuned for that. And I appreciate you guys sticking around and supporting. So thanks again for watching, and I will see all y'all in the next one. Stay frosty, folks. Bye, y'all.